And welcome back.
Welcome back.
We have with us the Communications and Marketing Officer, Neil Hall, with us.
Man, you say it's like, a big deal.
Well, we have celebrities in the house.
Really? I know. I know.
And you'll be talking to us about the National Song Competition and September celebration. So that's a big pie.
I hope I have a few minutes.
Yes.
All right. First of all, good morning, everybody, and thank you very much for having me, Marlene and Kevin and Oye. It is always a pleasure to be here just because, it's cool, especially in this very hot morning. We are very excited at Niche to be once again helping and assisting the National Celebrations Committee with the September celebrations for this year. Yeah. We are already in our planning stages. Things are happening. San Ignacio and Santa Elena are excited because they are hosting the official opening ceremonies, the official launch, as well as the National Song Competition. So they locked out this year and locked in on all the preliminary activities for September.
Oh, wow.
It's already on the screen. That shouldn't have been there, but
it's not showing yet.
You know the show yet? Good. Then please take it out. We'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
It's an unveiling.
Yes, sort of. We're just very excited because things are happening and we're finally in that celebration space. I don't know if you could see my smile bigger than normal.
Let me spill the cat a bit, right? I was very excited introducing you earlier and saying September is here. And Kevin reminded me that I'm skipping August, right? And that's almost insulting. But I mean, our September celebrations is not a month long. No. We started long before.
Actually,
with the competitions, with everybody getting into the frame of mind of what we want to celebrate, what we want to do, what we want to sing and dance. And
I couldn't agree with you more because the first two events of the September celebrations actually do happen in August.
Yeah.
We have the key one, which is the official launch of the September celebrations. That is going to be on the 28th of August, the last Sunday of the month. And it's again going to be in San Ignacio. It's going to be right in front of the new San Ignacio Town Council building in Falcon Field. They're excited to be hosting this year. They're treating this like the World Cup. Oh. They're making sure that the BDF have their spot and that it's in line with where the cameras can catch it so that everybody can see it, and the stage is going here and they're taking things down to put things up, and they've said that they are planting grass. That's how detailed San Ignacio is being, because they know of the prestige that comes with hosting such an event.
Yeah. So that's the opening?
Yes, that's the opening of the official September celebrations. Everything happens starting from there.
Yeah.
The National Song Competition now starts a little bit earlier than that. That's the weekend before, and that's going to be, I think it's the 23rd, which is the Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's also in San Ignacio, Santa Elena, but that's in more Santa Elena.
Okay.
That's going to be in the Santa Elena Sporting Complex. Now, I don't. It's hilarious. I know, right? It's hilarious when you have a communications and marketing officer that gets all excited and can't even catch his own breath. So slow down.
Okay.
All right.
So Santa Elena Sporting Complex.
Yes, we are excited because it's a wonderful venue for an event like this. It has just the right balance of indoor, outdoor, the height of the ceiling. We were planning to put the full stage, full complement. I mean, it's going to be an exciting evening. Tomorrow was the deadline for submissions. Now, we know that a lot of people wait for something before they do it, and we just have...
People are in studio now.
Yes. And we also know that we have people who... It's a part of our culture. When? 5 o'clock, that's the deadline. Okay. 4:30. All right, boot up the computer. 4:45, make sure everything available. 4:59, send. It's a part of our culture. So we want to encourage people at home that we do already have some entries, but we are waiting for keynotes. Okay. We know that there are people out there who almost religiously look forward to and enter the competition, and we're still waiting for them to submit theirs. Mm-hmm. They can do it in one of 3 ways. they can take it into one of the houses of culture in their district, because this is a countrywide event. Yes. It's not only for people in Santa Elena and San Ignacio. Yes. They can take it into their local houses of culture. They can, if they're in Belize City, they can walk it into the Bliss and ask for Mrs. Patricia August and give her in her hand, or they can upload it to the website, mynationalsong.bz. To enter, depending on the age range, but you still need 4 things. 1 is your photograph, so that we can put it up on the webpage. 2 is the actual lyrics of the song, typewritten, so that we can ensure that it's, something that we wholesome, appropriate. 3 is your instrumental, because that then goes to the band that you'll be rehearsing with and then finally performing with. And 4 is the finished product. Yes, those are some of the winners. That's Bastic Jenkins from last year. And 4 is the finished product, which is the song on the instrumental, so that we have a sense, we and the band will have a sense of what you'll be performing. So yes, we're excited about that.
So you have some entries.
Yes.
The deadline is still tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
We've extended the deadline for another 2 weeks.
Okay.
And that is because we know that some of the entries, especially for the Belize song category, because remember it's 3 categories. It's the juniors, which is the Belize song.
Yeah.
Then you have the seniors who get to do the Belize song and or carnival song. So for the Belize song category, a lot of people want to wait for the theme of the September celebrations.
Oh.
So that is why I'm also, again, excited today, because we actually have sent out a press release with the theme to all media and all staff and everybody who's, I'm so happy you asked.
Which is?
This year's theme is Belize Dafewi, now and forever, 8867.
All right.
Love it.
There we go. That's something people will rally behind, especially this year.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So again, the theme is something that is...
Who is the winner? Who submitted this? Yeah.
Please.
So this is a competition. People
Yes.
submit whatever they think is a fitting team for us to rally under for the September celebrations. And obviously I think this is very fitting for this year especially.
So, first of all, the competition was open to Belizeans local and abroad.
Yeah.
You could send in as many submissions or entries as you'd like. The only stipulation is you're Belizean, and of course that it's 10 words or less. So with that, the cash prize is $1,000, and you get to be a special guest at any of the official events during the month of September.
That's the money right there.
You get to be treated like a
the
diplomat.
one, right? Exactly.
Yeah. Do you get a BDF escort into the ceremony too?
We can arrange for that maybe for one of the events.
Okay.
But I can't guarantee that your name will be heralded on the microphone, like when when the Governor General
That's
walks
what
in.
I was asking.
No, you could get an escort, but
Okay.
you might not get the notoriety with it.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this year we had 70 contestants.
Whoa.
We also had 196 themes submitted. And our winner is a Corozal resident, and her name is Fernanda Tun.
Okay,
So
Fernanda, congratulations.
She is waking up to this news today.
Wow, congratulations.
Wow. Belize Dafewi.
Now
and forever. 8867. There we go.
Love it.
Something that we can definitely rally behind.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, it gets you excited when you just hear it. So
Yep.
now I hear that in a carnival song already, but it can also be in a Belize song.
Is it in your carnival song? We're still waiting for you to enter,
I have a little
Marlene.
jingle in my mind.
We're
but,
still waiting for you to enter,
yeah.
Marlene.
All right, so now that people know the theme, this can be a part of what will be included in both your junior song, national song, Belize song, and carnival song.
Yes.
And so now the new deadline is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks from Friday.
2 weeks from Friday.
So if I'd already submitted and I had rushed because I didn't put in,
Then do
the
it
marimba,
again.
I can resubmit.
Still get it
Yep.
in.
Awesome. Love it.
No. Again, September celebrations is a celebration of nationalism and patriotism. And one of the things that leads up to it for us is the birthday of Philip Goldson.
Awesome.
July 25th. Again, we're not even hitting September, so you should be happy.
Yeah.
No, I'm a September person.
You are.
Born in September, the 20th.
Yeah.
In the same way that you were.
September celebrations enthusiast. That's what we
Yes, of course. The
aren't we
best
all
month
though?
ever is Christmas for Belize.
Yeah.
Telling you.
Oh,
So July 25th.
that's a good one. I might borrow that. But then what does Christmas become?
Let's move on from that.
Okay.
July 25th.
Sorry.
Yeah.
July 25th
Dangerous
is
path.
the 95th anniversary of the birth of the national hero Philip S.W. Goldson. And in the Goldson House in Belmopan, they celebrate by having, of course, an open door policy. And we invite people, students who are interested, teachers who would like to get just a little bit more information, and the general public to come in and have a walk through, especially if they haven't done it before. Have either of you?
No.
Then I invite you to do so.
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's in
Love your answer.
Belmopan.
Yes, it's in Belmopan.
Yeah.
It's actually on number 82 Orange Street in Belmopan.
All right. So it means any person can go in during that day,
Please.
do the walkthrough, and commemorate his 95th at the anniversary of his birth.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
So that starts July.
Yes.
We have the official opening in San Ignacio. Then in Santa Elena, you have the National Song Competition.
Yes, and it's actually the other way around. The song is first
Oh,
because the
yeah.
winners of the song competition actually perform at
the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe.
Now that's a very important event that people need to go out to, because this is where you get to hear firsthand the presentation, the live presentation of all the music.
Ernestine, I'm still not sure what's happening, but I believe Ernestine has won 3 times so far, which means that she can no longer compete.
What?
Now, she has said, you know what, I'm okay. Even if I not compete, I still want to go and perform.
Yes.
Ernestine is a true professional. When
Yeah.
she's on stage, she's just magnificent. Her performance is great, especially, I don't know.
I don't know where she finds that energy from.
She carries something with her in her back pocket that she flips on, and when she hits that stage, it's
Yeah.
not on, but it's on plus.
Yeah. Turbo.
Turbo. And she says that she really enjoys the National Song Competition. She enjoys the format, she enjoys the appeal for the general public. She enjoys the opportunity to be out there and simply to perform for people who are there because they love music. And something like that, it motivates her and it energizes her, and she just wants to perform.
Okay. So she's going to be there.
Yes.
Along with, is it all the people who enter will be at the song competition, or a selected few?
Last year we had a duo of Alexander Evans, and Denise Castillo. Denise Castillo has to, because she was the actual featured performer, the singer of the song, she should be in the competition this year and should be defending her title, let's call it. Alex Evans is in Barbados, I think, so I don't know if he'll be able to make it to perform along with.
Okay.
But it was Denise's entry with Alex Evans,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. That
So-
one for the Belize song. Yeah.
And Cynthia Najaro was the winner in the junior category.
Yeah.
And she also has to go and perform this year as well.
All right. So,
We've had some anthems over the years, though. I remember one of my favorites. Sorry, there's lots. Ernestine's trilogies are awesome, but I remember Burns' entry.
that was early.
That was
yeah.
very early on.
Yeah.
Could you tell us? Do you have a sneak peek as to some of the entries, and could you tell us if the level is? So for those who haven't submitted it, this
Okay.
2 weeks, better turn up your game, because this is probably a classic year for some competition.
First of all, with the amount of input that people put into this, because a lot of the people who are waiting until Friday at 4:30 is because they are done. They're just like, I've got a winner here.
Yeah.
But now with the release of the theme, we know that people only have 2 weeks to put something concrete together, and we
Yeah.
encourage them to do their best. We do offer to assist in any way possible, and one of the ways is through the Department of Youth Services. If you are considered a youth, I think it's 23, 24, 20, 29.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all
Almost
still
there.
don't fit.
No. Mentally, I'm a juvenile. Anyway, but no, if it's 29 and under, you get to go to the Department of Youth Services and actually have them help you to build your instrumental.
Yeah, they have a
Very
great
good studio.
studio.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's incredible because I'm not sure if you're aware, but last year's winners, I believe Ernestine and Denise Castillo recorded there. So they have a history of producing winners, let's say.
Nice.
So I know, right? And it's complimentary if you're within the age range.
Yeah, yeah. So people can take advantage of that now that they know the theme. Let's move ahead with the rest of the calendar, right? I need to know my carnival date. That's one of the things we're waiting for.
Huh.
I don't know if I'm pushing you too far ahead.
You are, but you know what? There are certain things that you just cannot escape.
Yes.
Neil,
Yes, sir.
Don't even.
before we, I'm going to leave.
Okay, wait.
I'm going to leave Carnival
I want to
alone.
hear about
I'm gonna leave
carnival
alone.
first. I want to hear
But I
about
want to
carnival
ask:
first.
is there on the website? Can I go back and look at all the previous winners of the song competition?
Not necessarily their performances,
Just the song.
But
but
the
yeah,
clips.
you have
Each
clips
year
and
I can
everything.
go.
Please, it's at www.mynationalsong.bz.
Yeah.
Again, www.mynationalsong.bz, and this is actually what's on the screen for that.
Yeah.
So it highlights the winners. We actually
There's
have
online voting too. That
yes,
usually
when
takes place?
when we have all the entries in, we have a section that's either for the online voting is the people's choice. Where once we have the songs that we'll be using for this year, they're put on there and you get to choose based on what you've listened to. You get to choose your favorite. And we understand that sometimes you're listening and you're like, oh, I like that. And then 2 songs later,
I like that too.
I like this too.
So you can like more than one?
Yes.
Okay.
I love that.
Awesome.
Just not like
maybe
more-
you know it's bringing up a valid point. Maybe it's time to do a collection of national song winners
You know what? That's a great
or
idea.
a special concert with all the
Past winners.
Past winners, especially the 3 peats.
yeah. So Nella would have to perform 3
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
Ernestine would have to perform 3 times. But they can handle it. They're seasoned.
Oh, please. There'll be like only 3?
And can I say this too? I love the fact that we chose to go to San Ignacio to do a lot of the stuff because this is controversial, but Kaya is the party central. I mean, of Belize. And I know
Orange Walk, I'll fight with you.
that's why I said it's a bit controversial.
I'm not getting at that.
But apart from that,
Sam Pedro.
you know, the theme is about our border and issues we're having there, and Kaya is a border district.
Yep.
And so it's accessible. So if I want to, and it's beautiful, the nightlife there, what tourism has done to San Ignacio really makes it a perfect fit.
The day life there is also good.
I was going to say that. That
Yeah.
Burns Avenue walk is,
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yep.
But it is a part of the plan for
Excellent.
Niche to rotate. Yeah. So.
Last year we actually started this program or this initiative where for the national launch of the September celebrations, it was always held out on St. George's. However, it was difficult for not
Accessibility.
only the people to be there, but even the media. So
Yeah.
it wouldn't get the celebration it deserved, the
Yeah.
attention that it deserved. So last year we started with the program to move it around, and we actually do it very freely because it's done by a lotto pick.
Yeah.
All the municipalities have their names put in envelopes.
And I thought it was deliberate, man.
No,
This was
man.
excellent
That's
choice.
why
though.
I brought up the point
Fate.
for you. Yeah. Just,
No, it was a mixture of fate and luck.
Yeah.
So
it was meant to be.
yes,
That's what it
Destiny.
was. There you go.
destiny. This is a big year
So we've
for
done
San Ignacio.
Dangriga,
Yes, we
We've
did
done-
Dangriga last year.
and now it's Cayo. So it means other districts are up for the next couple of years.
Yes.
All right. Good. So let's move forward with the calendar now.
He was asking about Carnival, remember?
Yeah, well, I'm
yeah.
giving him the opportunity
Oh,
to
yeah.
progress in his own
Carnival
way.
is now in November.
When do we get the printed
Right?
calendars?
It's in November now?
He's just stalling.
I'm not. I know he's
So
not
don't-
a carnival fan. That's why I would
turn him off for now.
Yeah. When do we get the actual printed the calendar?
That actually, we just started the final design draft for that, and that we're hoping should be out very, very soon. I don't want to put additional pressure
Okay.
on anybody to have it out by a specific date.
Okay.
So I cannot say, but I know that
In August?
we're trying our very best for very late July.
Oh, even better.
We're
Good.
trying our very best. We want to get it to people as soon as possible because we know that that is very important because it not only goes in print form to everybody, but it also goes online. And a lot of the diaspora or the Belizeans that are abroad use that to say, oh,
leave it
boss,
this day."
so that vacation, sorry, hey, boss, so that vacation, I need it at this time.
And
Has
also
been a top
because there are
Creole class.
multiple events taking
Yes.
place, and
So
you
you
have to
want
do
to-
your selection process.
You want to make sure you can, energize, enjoy, rest, enjoy, 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 enjoy. And then after the
There's
22nd,
there's some educate in there too. There's some
Yes.
forums and some
yes.
special. Yeah.
But don't you enjoy those as well?
Of course, of course. So let's. I mean, I have some crucial dates in mind that I want to know. So
I
tell
believe
me,
your crucial date is the Saturday, the 8th of September. That is your crucial
Carnival date.
Yes.
Official.
Yes.
It's a long weekend too.
So I heard.
Yes.
Yeah. So you should have enough time to enjoy,
Recover.
enjoy, enjoy, and then go to work to rest.
Or recover before I go to work.
Well,
But-
in your case, I think you come to work and then after you say, "Oh, boss, I have a dentist appointment today, so I'm late actually."
But before that, is there anything else coming up that?
Well, of course, you have the Juve and
Yeah.
you have just it's.
Mass
don't.
camps.
Yes. Oh gosh. Look, for people who enjoy Carnival, for people who are looking forward to having a good time in September, we encourage you all to just go and seek out your Carnival groups if you
Yeah.
haven't done so already. And we want to warn you that, you know what, you're kind of late. Because Carnival groups even are saying, I'm not going to, I can't hold anybody else. I've already ordered so many feathers, so many gemstones, so many of these and so many of that I just, even if I tried to put a costume together for you, I
Yeah.
can't.
All right. So
So sorry, Kevin, you're out a lot.
we're end of August. We're end
Not
of
my thing at all.
August with the. We're end of August with the national song with the official launch.
Yes,
And so that's actually the first weekend in September, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost, yeah. That you'll be having Carnival and Juve and mass camps before that.
Yes.
What else are other iconic things that people are looking forward to, or Panyard?
Yes. I don't have a date for that as
Okay.
yet. Since we're talking music, sorry.
What I wanted to ask, because Marlene, yeah, everybody knows I'm not really necessarily a fan of Carnival in September. Not necessarily a fan of Carnival outside of September. I have my own issues with that. But Marlene did bring the point up of, other educational things. That educational things do happen in
Yeah.
September. Do we have any indication as to some of those things might be this year?
I believe that the University of Belize usually puts on a presentation at the Bliss.
Yeah.
I don't have dates. Like I said,
Yeah.
the calendar
They're
is
just
still
waiting.
being put together formally, and I don't want to say something is going to be on the 7th, and then I have to come
Put
back
pressure
and
up on
say,
UB, man. We need to do something.
Yeah, yeah.
The intellectuals,
But
the
there are lecture
academics.
series that usually
Yeah.
happen around that time, all very much based on national issues and
Exactly.
our
And this is an
sovereignty.
important September because this is the last September before we take a very important vote. We're also in a process of re-registration as well. So I'm
Yes.
hoping that,
Yeah.
what is Belize is actually very important right now. And it has to be discussed, not just necessarily from a rum, wine up, and soca from Trinidad's perspective.
Oh,
I mean, I think there has to be some substance to September this year as well.
agreed.
But there always is. That's what we're saying.
Who remembers
Do you
the
get your
substance?
calendar? Do you not
Of
really?
course,
Okay,
I mark it
So
and I'm-
mark down your lecture series.
cut out
It
certain-
usually is there. So we're looking at the launch of the calendar within a few weeks,
Yes.
as you said.
Since we were talking about music, I just wanted to give a huge shout out. We are very, very fortunate. I'm sure you've heard of the Hijos de West.
Uh-huh. We
marimba
were
band.
just talking about
yes,
them.
Yes,
See,
just
I
was-
missed
Do you want me
this.
to give you my introduction as to how I found them?
Yes.
How I discovered them?
Yes.
So I went to the Orange Gallery in San Ignacio last year sometime, longer probably. And I hear marimba music and I said, wow, it sounds great, but something strange about this marimba music. And so I went to the back, and when we got to the back, they were playing, and then I recognized the song. And it was Work, Work, Work by Rihanna. On the marimba.
Take that.
After I picked up my jaw and recorded it on my phone, it was amazing. And then it moved into like soca songs, dancehall songs, Belizean songs. It was amazing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I will apologize, but I wasn't able to watch the segment before this as I was
Okay,
on my
that's
way
fine.
here. I don't have a TV in my car as yet.
This was all fair, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
You can
they are
stream,
actually.
we stream online.
You shouldn't stream and drive.
True. True.
Because
Go
I
ahead.
might not have been here if I did that. But they're actually going to Taiwan.
Wow.
They're leaving, I believe it's, if not today, tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
And they are going to the Yilan International Children's Folklore and Folk Game Festival in Taiwan.
Nice.
They are going to be the only group from Central/Latin America and the Caribbean attending this festival. They are also one of the 2 groups that are staying there for almost 20 days.
Wow.
They are going for a month to Taiwan to perform, if not almost every single day.
Wow.
They are taking a marimba. They are taking 5 members of the group. They are absolutely stoked. I mean, truly excited about going. And it's not their first time traveling to perform because they have done See and Taste in Miami last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, I need to take an opportunity to say thank you to the sponsors because it's not even sponsorships, it's people who have donated both time, effort, energy, and cash. The entire Benque Viejo, the community itself, have come up for these young men who are, I need to share this with you. I need to give you this piece of information here. Let me just open this one.
It's really awesome though.
Hijos de-
I mean, forget the theme
So were
this
they
year.
selected or?
Yes,
Okay.
they were selected by the Yilan International Children's Folklore and Folk Game Festival to be performing there. I need first of all, to give recognition to Ian Yakab, who is 23 years old, and he's the most senior member of the group that's traveling to Yilan. He is the drummer. You have Christian Archila, age 20, Emil Hernandez, age 17, Luis Quiroz, age 14, and Leandro Pacheco, who is age 9.
Wow.
And these are the youths that we're taking from Benque and uprooting them and throwing them over in Taiwan. And it's
That's fantastic. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
really is.
So they're going out to represent us, and I think on an instrument, much like we've seen in trying to get people involved in drumming and accordion, the marimba is also one of those cultural practices that we must keep going. And with what they're doing, that will definitely keep people interested.
And the thing about it is, it's like you said, for them, it's not so much just a cultural instrument.
Yeah.
They have fun with it. And it underlies the principle that here in Belize, we have so many talented people all over the country because they take what would necessarily be a very cultural instrument and they are playing contemporary pop.
They make it cool.
Exactly. So, and I believe that's why they were chosen to go to Yilan. Now, I just have to say a very special thank you to a few people. No worry, I'll not take up the whole show just as a thanks. Because, again, this was not a sponsorship drive. This was strictly a donation. So there is no your name on a T-shirt and you will be mentioned on Oye in the future. This was we want you to come from the heart and assist this group of young men to do something absolutely dynamic, fantastic, and truly nationalistic. So we just have to say a very special thank you to the Border Management Agency, to the BRC, to Kubola Productions, Stone Tree Records, Cha Creek, the Atlantic Bank in San Ignacio, the Benque Town Council, Leslie's Imports, and we still have one or two other companies and entities and even people that we've approached that are saying, and I'll give you a response tomorrow. And we all know I wasn't really scheduled to be here this morning, so I'm sorry I can't mention their names because they have expressed interest.
But not finalized yet.
But not finalized. And there are smaller donations as well that have come from the community as well, in both San Ignacio and Benque Viejo.
Well, that's awesome for them,
Neil, this is awesome.
It is.
I do have to ask this though.
Please.
Because we had the Garifuna Collective on.
Yes.
And they've been trying to raise funds.
Yes.
A very small amount of money, and they've gotten some significant support from the musical ambassador and from BTL so far. But there's still a short window. One of the things that they were talking about was, and then I'm looking at these fine gentlemen who are going out there and who have to be raising funds too. Is there anything in the works? I don't know if you can speak about this. From niche to put something in place that there's a structure a fund that we don't have to have our artists or our groups, or mutual groups, begging and going through sponsorship? Is there anything officially in the works to assist so that we don't have this problem?
Yeah.
I wish I could answer that straightforward and tell you yes or even a no.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, but
No,
I had to
and
ask.
it's welcome, because when you ask me a question, when you ask me a question, I will get an answer for you. It might not be for today's show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if my phone were to ring, I still wouldn't answer it right now if it came in with the answer.
Yeah.
But I will get you an answer to that question.
Yeah.
I would want to believe that Niche prides itself on the training and the grooming of people into artists, whether it be singers, dancers, painters, whatever the case may be. If you have, especially in the field of the creative arts, Niche strives, the Institute of Creative Arts at the Bliss, strives to create programs that will encourage people to become an artist, that will encourage them to tighten the screws and to refine what the
craft.
the effort that they're putting in to make it something that is presentable and ultimately, let's be honest, sellable. Because when you perform on a stage, you hope to get paid, so you're selling that performance. And while we do our best to get people to a certain level, at some point, we have to let go.
Yeah.
And I understand that for events like the Yinland Festival and the Garifuna Collective going to Womex, these are dynamic opportunities for Belize.
Fruits of the labor. I mean, I think Hijos de West, now that I'm recalling, they were here with representatives of the Benke House of Culture.
Exactly.
You know, they worked very closely with them. So it's cultivating culture and talent to a point where it is now being demanded internationally. And then we kind of leave a void. So it really is, and I think these two scenarios and happening at the same time shows that there has to be a plan put in place to do that further assistance. You can grow the talent, but then, you know, it's like you become the number one and only player of a great sport in Belize, and you have nobody to play with to keep in shape, you know?
And but it also means Belize is in style. I mean, that sounds really bad.
And demand.
And demand.
And that's what we hope to achieve.
Yeah.
But at what point, there's always a steady thing about culture where people say you shouldn't sell culture, but if you don't sell it, then how can you raise money for it?
Yeah.
So the trade-off is Niche does its best to raise people to the level that they can sell themselves. Yeah. And when you get to a certain level, we have to let go, because otherwise...
You have to sell culture, sorry. That's what tourism is. Tourism is the selling of culture.
Yes.
It's a marketing of it.
I agree.
But it's a genuine marketing of it.
I agree.
That's a weird one.
The challenge becomes, where do we as Niche let go? Because if we keep... I often put my foot in my mouth.
No, I was going to say, though, I think it's not necessarily, and I didn't really read from what Kevin was saying, that Niche has to provide the funds, but there has to be a mechanism, whether it's the networking to have committed sponsors on board, because I know you have a lot of great partners that work with you and who pull together, as you pointed out, with Hijos de West, when you really need them. And maybe there just needs to be a strategy that when some artist reaches the point where they're demanded beyond, that they have some help.
Like I'm saying, no.
We can work on that.
Yeah, I don't think we have a formal program in place where artists could say, look, I've been invited to this. And it could be as simple as teaming up with a bank, for example, to say, okay, you have been invited to perform at Kevin's festival at Kevin's home all the way in.
I like that.
Yeah. You know, sounds good, right? But then tell you what, you with Niche come in and we will give you a loan, a low interest loan to help you to get there, but you are responsible to pay it back.
I was hoping a grant.
Well,
it was coffee, you know.
That's a whole other conversation.
And that's probably an unfair thing to ask you this morning.
It's never unfair if it's culture and history.
Well,
because I am supposed to be, versed in this, but I would prefer a little bit of heads up next time, so I can get the information.
I appreciate the response.
Unprepared.
No, and I think the dialogue is open. You know, we had the Garifuna Collective here, and it really opened up our minds. And you know, they were very fair. They said they didn't want to go and ask people for $5, $10 everywhere, or do a barbecue sale. They're hoping to rely on corporate sponsorship, and you know, I think it really just shows that we are leaving. There's an identified gap in the support for artists, and so we have to look into it and start the dialogue. But thank you for being a part of that dialogue this morning. Although, yeah, we did spring it on you. But
Slight.
we're running out of time, so we got to get into the
I want to
the
see
last,
if there's anything else that I'm forgetting because I came, let's see, winning theme.
Yeah, we did the winning team.
Hijos de West, yes.
And we did the last, the extension of the
NSC.
deadline.
There's one other thing.
Which is?
Thank you so much for having me, but that's not it. It is the Belize Film Commission.
Okay.
Niche, under the Institute of Creative Arts, has the Film and Media Arts Unit, the Belize Film Commission, and they actually left yesterday, and they're currently in Los Angeles about to have their fourth annual luncheon, and just soiree.
Yeah.
With different entities from the film industry in California and from the United States, let's call it, because people do come in for that event.
Yeah.
They are there with, I believe they're there with the Minister of DPM, Patrick Farber, Deputy Prime Minister Patrick Farber, Minister of Youth, Sports, Culture, and Education. I always mix those up, so I hope the title isn't that, stringent.
So this is where they get to network.
Yes, they are looking and in an effort to grow the industry here in Belize because, like you said with the artists, if we get them to a certain point, if we get the people in the film industry to a certain point, they still need to find a way to use that skill and that talent locally, preferably, and then they can be exported to, make more money abroad or to grow their talents, their teams, and then hopefully come back and do something with it.
Yeah.
So the thought here is by going over there and seeking not necessarily funding, but seeking the actual programs and projects to come to Belize, to incentivize them to come and to be a part of filmmaking, film producing, film industry in Belize, and to help us to grow that industry locally, we can then start having more sustainable products, more sustainable projects in the country. I'm sure you're aware that La Reina del Sur,
a
novela was here in Belize filming. They were at one of the Mayan archaeological sites.
Yeah.
And that's what we need for our film industry to grow, for them to come in, have projects where they use Belizean talents, where they use the Belizean cameramen, gaffers, audio people, lighting, sound.
And even actors, or extras in this case,
Yes, and actors and extras in this case.
Yeah.
So, and that's how you grow, by having people come here. So, that's all I had to share.
Neil, I can't let you leave. I know we're running out of time, but September celebrations and the calendar has a lot of traditional things in it.
Yes.
You have the Fire Engine Parade.
Yes.
And
this year, we have, I believe it's the second time we're doing it, the National Flag Day, which is going to be on the 1st of September.
Yeah.
I believe that's a Saturday this year.
I guess we'll get all those dates when the calendar is launched.
Yes.
But
sorry,
I have a two-part question. One is the traditions that we have. Is there anything new this year that is kind of like outside the box that you're thinking for the first time I'm going to try this and see where it goes? And secondly, I know all eyes will be on a very important traditional ceremony for us, which is Queen of the Bay. And where are we with that, and how are we in terms of what can we expect this year?
I'm sorry, but whenever someone says Queen of the Bay, I have to smile because of last year. It was very exciting. Truly a soap opera.
Our historic double crowning?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward though.
Well, hopefully not to a double crowning.
Yeah.
I want you to look forward to us having a single queen, and it's been taken under new management, and these are all previous queens who are. We actually had a meeting yesterday as a part of the National Celebrations Commission, and they were represented, and they were telling us a few of the challenges that they're having, and they're being assisted as much as we can. I think this year is going to be dynamic, because it's going to be, and when you say things like this, it's kind of a double-edged sword, and it's not meant to pierce at anyone, but they're going to add something from the point of view of a past queen.
Okay.
So we are looking for minute changes. Nothing, it was this way before, and this is how it's going to be now.
Oh, because
so that's
Miss Emma will get on.
Miss Emma is completely on board with the past queens, and they've been doing, from what we've heard, they've been doing very good together.
Awesome. That's good news.
So that should be very positive experience for the Queen of the Bay this year. The first question, is there anything else that's new added to the program? I would want to say, except for Flag Day, which is only the second that we've really had.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but let's see what happens when the final calendar comes out, because
Alright.
certain things are,
Still being worked out.
yes,
So
Awesome.
thank you for coming in and giving us a
Hey.
sneak preview. We
a pleasure.
appreciate it.
Belize that for we.
All
Now
right.
and forever, 8867.
8867. That's the way we're going to close this segment off. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.